Can you name one of the most famous places where all Europeans want to go at the height of summer? Ibiza. But what does one do in Ibiza exactly? I'll leave the nights out up to your imagination. And the daytimes for the beach, and maybe a boat. I know I'd rather be in a dinghy. And look at this one, the Pirelli Pietro 1100 Sport. Expert sailors know that dinghies mean the maximum in security and stability. And then there's the easy manoeuvring. You don't have to bother family and friends with the fenders. They're here all the time. They're part of the structure. See? The idea of linking the Pirelli brand with dinghies has come from the company itself, 50 years before supplying tyres for Formula One cars. Pirelli produced rubber boats. Today, they just lend their name to boats made by Techno Ribs, who of course adhere to strict standard controls. From a commercial point of view, it has proved to be a great success. The P0 1100 Sport has two sun areas. The one at the front of the boat becomes the living area with sofas and tables, and at the stern, the mattresses are separated by a passageway that links the cockpit to the plunge board. The sunning areas are finished off by this huge railed plunge board, which makes climbing back on board a little easier, and there are fold-up steps. There's a changing area underneath the dashboard in the sports model that is also a toilet. There is also a cabin version which is different because of the shape of its bridge at the bow and the presence of a cabin that you can even overnight in. It has an impressive large bathroom, and the sleeping cabin fills the whole top area, so it's definitely big enough. The whole room is lined, insulated, so it's completely separate from the bilge and nicely insulated from the outside. And don't be fooled by the fashionable brand name. This model offers some great technology too. The hull and superstructure are resin infusion, made in a vacuum to ensure a light, strong and long-lasting product. The hardtop is 100% carbon to be suitably durable against the test of the sea. And as the superstructure is light, the boat's stability is better. There is space for a fridge and ice box in the lining of the deck. The technical area at the bow is well organised but totally exposed, no protection or railings. In the command area, the seats change into backrests. The dashboard is designed so you can see all the instruments easily, but the brightness of the white gel coat creates unwanted reflections on the windscreen, which could affect visibility in some conditions. This is the Botafogo Marina in Ibiza. Over there, there's the port where the ships come in, and in that direction there's Formentera. Leaving Ibiza, we're passing by the Rock with its cathedral, and we're going south. The machine room has two MAG 377 8-cylinder Mercruiser engines. So how powerful? 320 horsepower. So just try and imagine a vacuum-made dinghy. Means it's incredibly light, with its two 6.2-litre engines, special long-distance pistons, a fully forged mast, electronically injected multiport, and 640 horsepower in total. Performance should be good, methinks. It's really comfortable, even for the pilot, with little effort needing to go into steering. The controls are electronic, no cables, and very smooth. Let's see how it goes. If you listen to the noise of the propellers as we start, you can hear a cavitational noise. It's normal, like a very powerful car doing a skid as it sets off.
molto frequentato. Ci sono tantissimi turisti.
This is a really busy stretch of water. Lots of tourists, boats and ships which are taking people to visit the Balearic Islands. But getting to do it with your own boat is really something else.
A 2600 giri minuto si naviga in tutto.
At 2,600 revs per minute, cruising speed is 21 knots. It's pretty relaxing. Petrol consumption isn't bad, 0.4 miles per litre. This is the Españats lighthouse. We're between the island of Ibiza and Es Palmador. With a little trim, it immediately feels lighter on the water. I really like the axis as it is because I'm the one who's driving the boat, not it driving me. The wheel at the bow is vertical and better kept out of the water. At 4,000 revs, still cruising speed, we're going 37 knots. But can we push it any faster? The wake is completely flat, which means the hull is completely out of the water. 5,000 revs, 44 knots. And how does it handle a 180 turn? Look at the skids, see how it curves and slants. And there's a simple reason for that. The hull is a deep V-shape. The tubulars are quite high in comparison to the waterline. But don't worry, it's safe. Fancy impressing your friends? The lever for the external engine is the closer one. The internal engine lever is the one further away. Look at that turn, eh? Not bad. And because the boat is so light, it reacts so well to the change in direction and speed. Really responds to any movement to the petrol lever in a way you wouldn't expect on a boat. Don't forget, it's 11 meters long, but really agile. And here we are, in Formentera. We've arrived. Look at the colour of the water. So clear that it's reflecting on the hull and making it a turquoise colour instead of white. So we've come to the end of today's journey, after having seriously looked over this luxury maxi dinghy, testing it to find out how fast it goes and how it holds the water. So this episode comes to an end, but just look at the clarity and colour of that water. A brilliant boat, even from this angle.